I said this earlier, I believe Luigi cut from the same cloth as Kazuya, where if you let them get their game plan off, you just sort of erode. And so having a very strong countermeasure against that style of play proved very effective for Cody, as he had a confident win to bring himself into this Grands. But Wolf, very different beast from the typical silliness that you'll see under GuyGuy. Just piloted by that hyper-aware player. Very much a traditional matchup in the realms of Smash Ultimate. Like, this is a Year 1 classic. Probably one of my favorite matchups to watch in the entire game, to be honest with you. Because this is another case of characters who could just duke it out, whether it's on the ground or in the air. And, like, little call-outs go a big way. Excellent spacing with the back air just to contest that aerial space. And GuyGuy doing his best just to, again, push the envelope. See how well he can occupy that space. And the up B above the ledge, just to move that, just to get him away with that errant movement and get the stock off of it. I'm noticing GuyGuy particularly is bold with these up Bs, and I like it. It's one of those moves that you don't quite expect from Wolf because of that bit of delay. It's a riskier move to call out with on reaction, but the payoff is huge, especially like in a ledge setup there where it could just send out the hopping around shield, a trait that we saw from GuyGuy in Winners Finals, where he showed just a lot of confidence with being able to occupy space that would otherwise clearly belong to his opponent. The dash attack's also calling out those short hop item throws, I think is really important as well, because while he's not getting a lot off it in the grand scheme of things, it's just a little bit of damage. But that's a little bit of damage to Wolf. And as already stated, that goes a long way. Up tilt just in his face, just to check the movement. Just being able to move around freely like this makes this Wolf look like such a confident pick from GuyGuy. It certainly helps that a lot of Wolf's kit is just naturally oriented for punishing landings and not necessarily anti-airing, but just like keeping someone from moving about in the air for free. Because like at its most simplest, like you have Nair, forward air, blaster, like moves that are just naturally denying a good amount of airspace without Wolf having to commit too heavily. But also the way that GuyGuy has been able to pressure space either against shield or around shield has just been going so well for him. The damage he racks up without even necessarily having big combos is just making Wolf look suffocating. Forward tilt from center stage, certainly not going to do it though. He might have been able to just go for it with the up B against the parasol, but Cody's got to stick at least on life here at max rage. Item in hand. The forward tilt only not quite catching? All right, really weird situation, but GuyGuy cleans it up and gets game one.
Stop battle. Equal.
So getting right into it for game two, and we've got Hollow Bastion as the stage pick. An interesting stage choice overall, but I think clearly Cody has shown that he's very comfortable with being able to control the space and boxing out from center stage. It's just something that Peach is very well acclimated for. Doing so against Wolf is a lot to ask. This is a character that's just great at being able to bully space, and he himself has excellent tools for being able to bully out from stage, center stage, and just force ledge situations where he's going to continue favor. Like, the layers of comfort to this pick are really interesting, but it's showing a very even song and dance of both players. Rising Reflector, I think, a good choice, given that Cody has shown that he loves just tossing item down. Side Bs are just not the GuyGuy's friend. Don't really matter what character is it, huh? A good check with the back air from Cody does allow him to cement the stock lead. But the footstool into up B, almost killing again. Excellent DI from Cody. Neutral get up, I think, a good choice, but that dash attack out of the corner just looking very, I don't want to say risky, just looking a little desperate. At the higher percentages, it's certainly more difficult to just go blow for blow with Wolf, especially at the ledge, and especially so when GuyGuy's fishing around with dash attack and back air. Dash attack managing to take the stock there. But I guess you got to put some numbers on the board. And if you're able to keep an even game damage-wise against Wolf, overall, you're in a good spot. Keeping up damage-wise for Wolf is kind of tough, especially in a tit-for-tat match, but Cody's consistently forcing the battle to center stage. And I think that's important overall because we haven't seen GuyGuy have an opportunity to really take advantage of his own really solid stage positioning. I like the drift inwards from GuyGuy just to make sure that he didn't have to deal with the vegetable. There's not often times when the vegetable's going to actually interact with Wolf up B in a way that's going to be threatening to his life, but you don't want to take any risks. No stocks for free in Grants. Excellent check. We've seen a lot of jumping from the ledge, not a lot of contesting it, but back air gets it done. And throwing Toad out is just a free gimme for damage. Stop that. I don't really know what that was either. I think another footstool to up B attempt, but missing the footstool and poor positioning just led to a disastrous stock. Cody's still at high percentage, though. Yeah, again, the footstool to up B. This time, it's landing. People got to be careful shielding in front of GuyGuy like that if he's going to be threatening that. You'd think people would learn their lesson about shielding in front of GuyGuy, given that he's used to grabbing them and making them evaporate, but now he's got a new way to play. All right, does the GuyGuy Wolf bring it on home? Does the Sigma Wolf have what it takes to 3-0 Cody? I do want to believe that Cody's going to put some numbers on the board here. I think he is playing fairly well. A little messy towards the latter half of that game too, but what can you do? Sometimes that's kind of what happens when Wolf. The scramble leans to Wolf's favor very naturally. And y'all got to learn something about this footstool to up B if GuyGuy's going to keep on doing it. It's really funny that he keeps on getting it off this consistently. This time Cody getting the footstool just to escape. Peach gets a lot of height off of that though, so it's kind of dangerous. It's also worth highlighting that like these footstools are, well, yes, you definitely can like get a lot off of them. It's a very bold call to just be jumping in someone's face. Like if your spacing and timing is off just a smidge, you're kind of screwed. That goes for both of these characters definitely, but GuyGuy's making it work, for sure. Vegetable in hand. Hold on, he's got those. Vacuum grab. And the Peach Bomber to cover the whole plat regardless of which way GuyGuy rolled. Smart. Not the most for damage, and certainly could have been bigger combo-wise, but I think that safe damage is exactly what Cody needs right now. Box GuyGuy out in the littlest of ways, otherwise he finds himself in control of the stage so easily. Forward tilt clears him. Only really working because of how thin the stage is at the ledges for Town and City. Same applies for Smashville, but regardless. Wolf very fittingly finding himself home with Town and City and Smashville's stages. Dog. You see the smile on one camera, you see the head shake from the other. It tells a story. Look at what GuyGuy does to his friends. You hate to see what he does to his enemies. Tries to catch the landing with forward smash. What a vile way to end the set, but it's looking like the good old clean ledge play is what I would say. Nah, he's just goof trooping it out here. I mean, Wolf does get to do that, and you especially get to afford it when you have the stock lead to this degree. Peach not especially heavy, so either a back throw well spaced at the ledge, or again, footstool to up B. Just the story of the night for GuyGuy being able to clean up stocks with the Wolf. And it's a 3-0 victory.